Okay, so this is going to be a tutorial on how to create a basic website using Wix.com. You're welcome to use any different website builder for this assignment, but I thought it might make the most sense to use this because I find it to be a pretty easy to use website builder. All right, you're going to hit the get started and create a username and password. I'm just going to log in and that's going to bring me to my dashboard. And now I want to design my site. I would say you're welcome to play around with generating a design with AI. I have heard that it doesn't work super great, so um, let's go and just pick a template and go that direction first. And I'm going to first start with using the blank templates to see kind of how that works. And then we can always go back and look at some of these other types of templates. For instance, the creative one might be really great for showing some portfolios and that kind of thing. Like there are ones that are really good for showing portfolios of your different work. So that might be something that you want to try out. But we're just going to go for the blank template to begin with. And I'm going to pick, I really like the design of, for instance, Lauren Tierney. She has like all of her maps. A lot of them are animated GIFs because they were interactives. That's obviously not the case with the maps that you're making for data-driven cartography, but this could be useful, a useful example. And so because of that, I really like this gallery layout. And so I'm just going to go with that one. And what I want to do is obviously give things good names. We learned a lot about this in Data Driven Cart. So one of the things that I really want you to do in your website is not forget kind of all of the design strategies and things that we've learned all term. And I want you to take a lot of those design conventions and design ideas and bring them into your website. So for here, I might write cartography portfolio. And then one aspect of this is that I want you to have at least 2 pages. So this is our home page, for instance, and we need a kind of information about you page as well. And then in this template, there's a contact page, which is separate from kind of the about page. So however you decide that you want to do it is up to you. So here, if I click on my pages over here on the left-hand side, I can kind of look at what all of my pages are. And in this template, there's also these individual projects which have their own pages that you can't see on kind of the main site menu that's up here. But if you click on something, it might take you to this, which might be the way you want to design your cartography portfolio. So I'm gonna maybe call this my portfolio. I'll have this as my about page. I'm gonna delete this work page. And I'll leave the contact page because this is actually really helpful. It's already in here and built for me. So anyways, just something to think about. You may want to delete things like joining a mailing list. This is such a user-friendly way to design websites. So it's really nice because you can just kind of drag as you need. Oops, that's not what I want. And kind of change colors as you need. So for instance, here I would put my work address in my case. I wouldn't put a lot of your actual personal information besides your website and maybe your telephone number. That's up to you. But definitely your email address is really helpful. I also find that when I'm looking at websites, I get really nervous to use these forms. I really want to be able to email people from my own email address. And that gives me some credibility. For instance, like it's going to come from my email, which is cfish11@uoregon.edu, which gives me some credibility, right? And the same for you, right? Having that .edu after your duck ID is really, really helpful if you're just kind of like cold emailing somebody. But at the same time, there's probably people who on the other side of this are running a website and they want to be contacted through this form so that they can filter those emails and find them or deal with them at a certain time of day or a certain time of their week. So anyways, just a couple different ways to do that, but I definitely would still put your email address on there, even if you get rid of things like your address and telephone. And, deciding to keep different links to other kind of social media and that kind of thing is up to you. One thing you definitely might want to put on here is a link to your LinkedIn, and especially as you build that network. Maybe your Facebook or Instagram isn't maybe as professional, and so you maybe would just want to avoid using that as or kind of sharing that. On the other hand, it may be, an actual place where you're sharing work that you do. I have a lot of colleagues who do that. They use Instagram for very professional reasons. And so you may want to have those links there. So anyways, and then things that you can do too are, changing how things look and how things are designed. One thing that you should really think about is making sure that your design across the different pages, how many ever you do, you have a minimum of 2 for the assignment, that you're really kind of having a good cohesion. So for instance, if I were to choose this image, which is a stock image provided by Wix, I want to make sure those kind of colors and design repeat throughout my website so it doesn't feel disjointed and it doesn't feel like I'm going to a different site when I click on a different page. So